In this video, I am going to cover two different aspects. One is logical, other is technical. So, understand them. Surely it will help you out. The hard question you should really ask yourself is, does only AMD heats up, and Intel don't? Let me tell you this. The truth is, if you run a heavy-duty application on Intel, it will surely heat up. If you own a low-end PC or laptop and run a high-end game, it will heat up, no matter whether it is AMD Ryzen or Intel. And it's not about low-end PC. Even supercomputers have this heating issues which big tech companies cannot solve either. It totally depends on the usage and load type. Now telling about technically. Majorly you have seen a TDP difference in AMD and Ryzen, even if they have same cores and threads. The difference in performance, so why? Why is that difference? The answer is that it comes down to how the two companies measure TDP. Intel measures TDP based on recommendations from cooling solutions. The processor will run at its base frequency. In other words, their TDP value is intended as a guideline that system integrators can use to avoid thermal throttling, not necessarily to allow the CPU to turbo up to its maximum potential every time. And if you look at AMD Ryzen CPUs, AMD measure their TDP as the maximum power a processor can draw for a thermally significant period while running a typical load, and that might seem like the same thing, but AMD CPUs will attempt to run at the fastest possible speed at all times, similar to a modern GPU, and that is how AMD measure their TDP. So if Intel has to measure their TDP this way, they would actually have to measure it with their turbo boost limiters disabled, which would make it measurably higher. So in the end, we would not propose which is hotter on an industry-wide way of measuring TDP clearly. So we would say it would be nice to have everyone go their own way on this, not being specular to choose only one processor. The best advice we can give you is to just ignore it, unless you are comparing the same company to the same within in Intel's own family and AMD's own family. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Hope you like it. Tell me in the comments. If you like my video, consider subscribing.